In a CNBC op-ed this weekend, the Atlantic Council's Fred Kempe says staying unified is a prerequisite for victory. He joins us now. He is president and CEO of the Atlantic Council and a CNBC contributor. Fred, it's good to see you. A lot to run through here, but let's just start with the idea of price caps. Could this work?
Well, first of all, Kelly, it's great to see you. I'm sitting in Madrid for the NATO summit tomorrow. It's really meaningful that the G7 takes place ahead of the NATO summit, because without the economics right, you're not going to get this support, the military support for Ukraine right. On your question, I've been looking into this, and the way it would work is that insurance companies would set a cap, and they would only insure to that cap. That means that India, a country like India, could only charge up to that cap to be fully insured. And it wouldn't have to say to Russia, look, we're not going to take your oil. It wouldn't get into a dispute with Russia. Russia would use this insurance argument. Nobody really knows how this is going to work. I think it's right to ask some real questions about this. Since February, India has massively increased its deliveries for oil. It's now going into 6-month contracts, so many of this wouldn't be turned around even if they could do this over time. So I wouldn't, it's a nice theory. The finance ministers will work out how it's going to work. It's a way to bring in countries that aren't entirely on board, but I'm not sure how it will work, Kelly.
Well, the India thing is a little complicated because, of course, cracking down on their sort of purchasing of Russian oil puts more pressure on Russia. But at the same time, if you really take those Russian barrels to India out of the global market, the price of oil is going to keep rising for everybody.
Well, that's right. And the other side to this, the Indian finance minister has been defending the purchases, saying, look, it's my job to get the best priced oil that I can in the greatest quantities I can. And then these go into Indian refineries. The refineries make refined products that now sell at, of course, really inflated and large prices on the world stage. I just don't think this is going to be turned around anytime soon.
So we have a new proposal to try and cap oil prices, where on the other hand, a measure that would put more upward pressure on them. So it sort of explains the price action today. Let's turn back then to Europe and its unified front on this, where we've seen France wanting to kind of offer, a sort of escape hatch to Russia or to Putin if needed. What do you think is likely to come out of the G7 in terms of the messaging here and the ballast, the firepower that the Europeans are going to bring to this when the heads of their own energy companies are warning about what could happen as a result?
Well, let's look at the good side first, and that is that the G7 applied sanctions of a sort it had never applied before, freezing the central bank assets of a G20 country, that's Russia, so $350, $400 billion of assets frozen. And we saw the Russia's first sovereign debt, foreign currency sovereign debt default on Sunday, the first since 1918. So that shows that they're being squeezed. But on the other hand, you have now 8% inflation in Europe. You have a slowing of growth, probably heading to recession territory, maybe by the end of the year into next year. You've got a lot of political pressures on the various leaders of Europe. And you saw that in the election after Macron's election in France. French President Macron, he did not get his majority in France. So there's some real political tensions as well. And so I think you'll see the staying power of European leaders being weighed against the war of attrition of Putin. And Putin is betting that he can stay longer than European leaders can stay. What you're seeing at the G7 is they understand he's waiting for them, and they're not going to back off. The real question is, will the politics and the economics of it all allow them to keep the pressure on Putin to the point that the Ukrainians win, whatever in the end that ends up meaning?
The only thing that could matter for this summit right now would be for everyone to walk away with a concrete sense of where this energy is going to come from for the next 6 to 12 months.
Well, look, absolutely. I think that a slowing economy is going to reduce energy prices because there'll be less demand. So that's certain. But of course, everything we've been talking about in the war lifts the demand. But I'm in Madrid. What people are looking for here at the NATO summit is two questions that are also hard to answer, which is how do you give the Ukrainians weapons that are long range enough that the killing can be stopped, the hitting of civilians can be stopped. So far, the West isn't willing to do that. And secondarily, the Russians are talking about escalation, potentially hitting arms sites, maybe in the Baltics, maybe in Poland. And what do we do then? We're saying NATO saying it's going to defend every inch of NATO territory, but nobody's really decided what that means.